Welcome to the HeapNote student Google Drive app tutorial made by yours truly, Juliana LaRosa. This tutorial will be examining and introducing the planner app called HeapNote Student. Making the jump from elementary school to high school can be overwhelming, but an important key factor is to stay organized. With the help of this app, you can stay on top of all of your work using it for school and even out-of-school purposes. So let's begin. By now, every student should have a Gmail account. You can access this app by going onto the Google Chrome App Store on Google. On the App Store, you will see a column on the left-hand side that has all the different categories of apps. In the column, there's a Google Drive option, and by pressing it, that will bring you to a page with a variety of Google Drive apps. Since this tutorial will be focusing on HeapNote Student, you can type it in the search bar on the top left column. Here we go. Since I previously downloaded it, all I need to do is launch it. And by launching it, it will bring you to the sign-in page for the app. There will be the sign in button on the top right corner, and you can sign in using your Gmail account. But since I'm already signed in, I won't have to do that. It won't take very long though. Just a reminder that this app is completely free. And once you sign in, you will be brought to the welcome page that should look exactly like this. There should be a welcoming notepad with tips on how to navigate around the app. Don't worry, those can be erased and you can customize your own notepad by pressing Remove All right here. You can add notes such as, don't forget to feed the dog, or even, remember, Mom's birthday is coming up. Gotta get her that present. This aspect of the app can be used for personal reasons that must be appropriate, but you can also customize it for it to be used for educational reasons as well. Like, don't forget to talk to Miss Simla about that difficult math problem. I'm really sorry, I'm not the fastest typer. You can classify your notes in whichever label you would want. Here is when you draw the line between personal and educational reasons. To create a label, you can press Add Label on the left-hand side, and you can title it whatever you'd want. Let's title it as School for right now. Once you've done that, you can also create another tab for, let's say, Personal. Now that you have your labels, Now that you have your labels, you can drag the label to the note that it corresponds to. For example, we can drag the school label onto the Miss Simla meeting. You can see that the tag has been added on the right side of the note. If you wish to delete the tag, you can simply press X. And if you'd like to delete the note altogether, there's an X button right beside it. Well, in this instance, let's add the personal label on top of the birthday and on top of the feeding the dog. You must be careful and choose your labels extremely wisely because you are limited to 5 labels in total unless you buy the full app. But you can also remove and add a column if you'd want. Let's add a column for right now, and let's add a when column. And in this column, you can take note of the date all these notes would take place. For example, you could say Monday morning. And you could do so by double-clicking the box it corresponds to. Just have to double-click X. There you go. If you ever wish to delete a label, on the left-hand side, you could right-click the label to add, remove, or edit it. So you have your 3 options here. You can also remove the labels from the note altogether. And that, like I said, you just click X here. This applies to not only the Welcome tab, but all other tabs as well. Now we'll move on to the schedule aspect of this app. You can feel free to add another row of hours if you'd want, and you could do so by filling in the first box. We'll add a 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. box. It will be added on the schedule. You see it just, of course, it adds on to what's already there. This aspect of the app can be used to coordinate your time and organize when you wish to work on certain things. You can add in your after-school activities as well, as long as it helps you focus on when you can work on school-related subjects. You can add tasks such as soccer game. Here, we'll add that on the Tuesday. Soccer game. And you can also add when you want to fit in your homework. So we could write that in right before. Science homework. And you do so by double clicking the box you'd want the write the note in. See, it's very simple. After you save it, it will be added onto your schedule. Again, on the left-hand side, you can add any label you'd want, so you could be more organized. In this case, let's just add the school and personal labels again. And personal. You can add those labels to the hours of the week, and it'll do exactly what we did in the first tab, in the Welcome tab. So personal, you can add that onto the soccer game, and you could add the school label on top of the science homework. It is exactly the same logic that applied to the Welcome tab. If you feel like editing the hours, all you need to do is just double click the box and edit it how you'd please. But for right now, we'll keep it the same. And once you save it, like, your changes will be saved. You wouldn't have to worry. You can also press add column in the top, and you can add Saturday and Sunday so that you can accommodate a full week's period. Sorry. See, it got added on to the top over here. Let's add Sunday. Hold on. There you go. Don't forget, you can always remove, edit, or add labels by right-clicking the label corners. Again, it's the same logic. You can really use this opportunity to really upgrade your organization skills, because it will come in handy not only later on in high school, but also later on in life. This setup is essentially the same on each page, so once you get the hang of the app, maneuvering around will be extremely easy. We will now move on to the Grades tab, right next to the Schedule one. In this tab, you can add all different subjects in the labels. Since you are limited with labels, I would suggest that you add subjects in which you have the most amount of homework and tests in. Alongside the grades and description, you can add another column of notes to jot down important facts about the test. So let's add science, and we could also add a math tab, a math label. Here, we can also add a column of notes, like I just said. And we could say description. We could fill in science. And maybe add chapters 1 and 2. The notes, make sure you study the water cycle. These are all examples. Again, you guys could customize it how you'd want and for it to accommodate your schedule. And you can also add the grade in after you've received it. you can also, now you can drag the label on top of the note and it'll be there on the right. We can also add another, I guess, math chapters 3 and 4, algebra, and here we could tag it with the math label. This area allows for a space in which you write the grade you received on the side, like I said before. This can really help you notice what subjects you need to catch up on and what subjects you need to work harder in. This tab is extremely simple and easy to use, therefore I'm not going to go into great depth about it. The principles behind this tab, such as the labels and the adding of the columns, are all the same. So next tab, exams. Every student can benefit from this tab when exam time comes around. Exams are going to be stressful and overwhelming, but with this planning, you can overcome it all. By labeling the subjects again on the left side and tagging them according to the exams you add, it will be easier to keep track of your work. Because I like science so much, we'll add another science tab. And I guess we'll add geography. Oops. There you go. You can easily add more exam rows here by typing it in the white boxes above. So we can add geography exam December 15th. There you go, and it'll be added. We could also add science exam date December 17th. Here you can add it. You can also add another column under notes. I know I keep using the same examples, but trust me, these will be super helpful when it comes to studying. We can add notes here. And this will really make sure you study everything for the exam. You could really study planets. Again, this tab is extremely simple to grasp the terms of and won't be difficult to use at all. And after your exams are done, you can simply press the trash can and you could remove the note altogether. Don't forget, you can always add an entire tab of your own. See with the green plus in the left-hand corner. You can direct an entire tab to one subject so that you can focus on it and improve in it. When creating a new tab, you can choose a previous template, such as schedule or any other option you wish. Whichever template you choose, the layout for your new tab will be the same as the one you picked. For example, you can create a science tab. And you could use the grades layout. Actually, since the grades layout are exactly like the notes, we'll just use notes. And in this scenario, you can create a table on your own by adding columns. You can add notes columns. You can add homework columns. Oops, there's two notes on here. See, in the scenario like I just did now, you can delete a column by pressing the column button here. Press remove, and this is where you select which one you'd want to take out. So we'll take out the second notes column. That was a foolish mistake on my end. I'm sorry about that. You can also add a test column. And you can add a exam column if you want. You can add whatever you'd want. At any moment, you can click the share this notepad under the welcome button to share it with your friends. Here you can add the science label if you want. And you can add whatever you'd want. And sorry, to get back onto the notepad part, you can do so by entering the Gmail address of a friend of yours Right here, you enter it, and you can add multiple friends in there as well. And you could just click send. Assigning each student to personalize and create their own notepad can be used as a project. It can be used as a short project, sorry. Teachers, you can create a schedule or another notepad of the upcoming tests, assignments, and homework and send it to your students so they have a clear idea for what they are doing in the upcoming week in your class. You can also create a tab dedicated to notes on a specific lesson you're teaching and share it with your students. Teachers can share their notepads with the students so that they can improve their organization so that they have no excuse for falling behind or not studying anymore. I hope this tutorial has covered all the essential tasks and ways in which you can customize this app to make it your own. It can be extremely beneficial in improving the students' organization skills. This has been the HeapNote Student Google Drive app tutorial by Juliana LaRosa. Goodbye for now.